Hello everyone, my name is Jordan and today we are starting a very exciting new project. I want to make a mini journal out of these paper bag, lunch sacks, whatever you want to call them. And I want it to be moth themed, so I'm going to be using Moth Study today by Stampers Anonymous. I'm really excited about this. And it's going to be a mini journal. It's not even really going to have like a big signature. It's literally just going to be 2 paper bags folded in half. So, not many pages. So, yeah. But first, before I make it, I want to do the cover because I'm going to be stamping all over it for the background. And it'll be easier to do that on a flat surface. So, that is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get myself a paper, background paper. So this will be the front. And I'm actually going to be cutting out a circle, but I don't want to cut out the circle first because I don't want to overthink the placement of the moths in the background. So I'm just going to stamp this first and then we'll do everything else after that. So I'm just gonna start grabbing some moths and sort of like plan out a line at a time, I think. It doesn't even really matter which ones. I will probably use them all in the end. And I think we're just gonna do this all the way down. Just kind of center them. If they're hanging off some, that's fine. Right? So, and then I'm going to be stamping them in Ground Espresso. So this is the darkest color I have other than my VersaFine Clair, but I think this is too bold for what I want. So yeah, we're going to go with Ground Espresso. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to do like one row at a time here. What am I doing? Right, just like this. All right, we're all done with the cover. So I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to take my large circle die and I'm going to cut out a hole in the cover and then I'll be right back. All right, so this is what we got left for our paper bag. Like I said, I cut out a circle, so now I'm left with these pieces, which this is actually kind of cute. I don't know if I'm going to use this in this journal, but I'm going to keep it. So now what I'm going to do Well, actually, do I want to ink the edges of this journal? I never thought about that. Should probably ink in here, huh? Alright, let me just quick grunge up the edges of this journal with more ground espresso. Alright guys, I have distressed all the edges. I also did my second paper bag as well. So now we can do the next step. We are going to fold our paper bag in half. Right, I'm going to do that with the other bag as well. Oh, I think I actually want the inside bag to be flipped the other way. Right? Yes. Because I want the inside to be flat, no weird thing. These I'm probably going to make into like pockets. I glue down the sides and this will be a nice crinkly pocket. But yeah, this is going to be our journal. And, alright, so how I'm going to do this is, so this is our journal, but then I want to use this strip of fabric here to cover up the spine. Kind of go around it like this. And then I also have this transparent moth. This is from, let me see if I can find it. Right here. This is Tim Holtz transparent things. It has some butterflies and moths and a few other images. And I picked out this one because I want this one to come over the circle here. And we're going to probably attach these with brads. But first, before we do any of that, I want to do the spine. And I'm going to do the spine a little bit differently. It's not going to open here on the seam. I actually need to, I'm going to take the inside out. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to create about a 1-inch spine. So I'm just lining it up here on the mat, and I'm just going to fold it. I'm going to fold it at the 1-inch mark. Fold it the other way. Just sort of create a crease. Oops, I completely folded it in the wrong spot the second time around. Go me. It'll be fine. So then our fabric will cover that little 1-inch section, right? And then I need to do that with this one as well. Alright, so that's going to be in there. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to hold this thing together. Instead of with signatures, I'm going to just put some eyelets in here. It's got to kind of go through everything. butt. So I think I'm gonna hold this down. I'm gonna hold this together with some paper clips. I'm gonna grab out my eyelet or my thing. Where do I want the holes, though? That's the question. This thing is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, maybe 1.5 inches in. So roughly there and there. Right, there we go. And then I need to somehow make holes in this fabric. I don't know how well. Maybe if I just poke holes in it. Well, maybe I should have just tried to go through all of it. It's too late now. How many inches apart? Oh, they are 1, 2, 3, exactly 4 inches apart. So that doesn't make any sense. Didn't I say this was 6? 6, 7, 8. What? I'm overthinking it. Didn't overthink it, Jordan. Or maybe I just, maybe what I do, I open this up. No, it's fine. There's not that many layers. It can't be that hard. And we just kind of line this up this way, and then I poke the holes. Like this, right? Need to make sure it's roughly straight on each side, though. Okay. Where's an awl? And now I'm just gonna poke some holes. Can I even poke a hole through this fabric? I mean, I can, but well, I have holes. Can I cut through this? I didn't think this through very well. I was just like, yeah, let's just do it. Well, it sort of works. Okay, I got one hole. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so they're sort of lined up. I need eyelets. What color? I think this one. Or do I want more of a coppery? With the green? The coppery might look really pretty. Yeah. Right? These match? Do they match? Okay. Might be kind of a tight squeeze. I think I have this on the right setting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Originally my plan was to glue the fabric down first, but I don't know what happened, okay? All thoughts and of everything just kind of went right out the window, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wing it. I had plans to do it a certain way, and then I just kind of forgot them. Perfect. We did it! We did it! Sort of. Alright, well, it's attached. You're supposed to fold, 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 right? Something like that. But now I need to trim this off, and then we'll probably glue the rest down. Okay, I need Fabri-Tac. Ruffle up the edges on the top. All right, so here's our journal. Now I think I want to take, if I can find it, some twine and just tie a little bit. Really just more for looks than anything else. Is just once gonna be okay? Will it, can I even get it to go in again? Here we go. I don't want this tight because I don't want it, you know, this is just a paper bag. I don't want it like doing weird stuff. Perfect. I think I'm just going to put a tiny dot of glue, like right in there, just to try to hold this down in place. Look at that, that's already super cute. Now, I want this guy right here, but before we put him on here, I also have these little things. Now this was originally like a circle, a complete circle, and I cut it up because it's too small to perfectly fit around this circle, and I wanted this, my biggest circle circle die in here. So I cut it up, and I kind of wanna, maybe this was bigger. Can I get it to work in a way that looks good? Maybe I need to cut it again because it's like too round. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I just, do something more like that. So I kind of need to glue these guys on. And this guy's got to go. He's going to kind of get covered up, right? I think I'm just going to use barely art glue for him. All right. So this guy is gonna go right here. And I was thinking about just poking brads through and holding them down that way instead of trying to use glue. So, what brads do I want to use? Just like these. I do have kind of like coppery ones, but I think they're like way too shiny compared to that one. So, I think these little guys. Do I do one on the tail? He's like just barely on there. I probably could. Maybe, we'll see. Get this guy out again. Wait. Ooh, poking a hole through here is... Oh wait, I know. I've got this itty bitty hole punch. There we go. Yeah. I suppose I gotta decide now, because I don't think I'll get the hole punch in there once I... Yeah, let's just do it, as long as we do it right at the end of his tail. And now, so I want the brads to be hidden, so I'm only going to put them like through one layer. So I'm hoping this paper bag is thin enough that I can just kind of push it through myself without having to all right. Okay, it's on there. This did end up ripping because the hole is like super close to the edge. So I'm going to go in, and I didn't really plan on closing up any of the pockets, but some of this in here is kind of delicate and flimsy. So I think I am going to try to glue around the circle and try to keep as much of the cover intact as I can. But as far as the rest, I'm not going to be like the other flap. Like this would be a really good pocket, so I'm not going to close that up or anything. But the front cover, you can't really put anything in here anyways because there's a giant hole, so I'm gonna glue it down and try to secure everything as much as possible. All right, so here is our journal so far. We got the cover down. It's kind of delicate, so we do have to kind of be careful. And then here is the first page. So obviously whatever we put on this page, we're gonna see through the cover. So that's something we're gonna have to keep in mind. I was kind of thinking, let me pull it out. I was kind of thinking about putting this on the pocket. Would that be cute? Or is that now like too much going on? I mean, whatever we put on here is going to, you're gonna see, so. Well, let's just cut it out. So if I put that there, then that is what the cover, yeah, that's actually really cute. I think because so much more was sticking out, it kind of like was like, oh my god, there's so much green, but now that that's cut off, that's like perfect. Obviously you're still gonna see some other bits, but that's fine. It's fine. What did I do with my paper clips? I think I'm gonna paper clip this open because it's kind of driving me nuts. Alright, and then I think I need to round them just a little bit. They're just a little too square for my liking, so I'm going in on my smallest setting. Ooh, no, it ate it. Don't do that. Oh my goodness. There. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And we probably want to ink the edges. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, and then I gotta glue this down. I forgot. So this is going to be a pocket, right? This is the bottom of the bag. I'm gonna take my Barely Art glue and I'm just going to glue down that edge. Okay, so this is the first page. Now, at the moment, I don't know what else to do on this page, so I'm going to skip ahead to the middle for now, just because I know what I want to do on that page, and we'll come back and do this page later. Alright, so we're in the middle of the signature. So on this page, since this is a moth-themed journal, I thought perfect to do some specimen slides, right? So I cut out, yes, 4 of them. So I cut these out of green cardstock paper. These are the specimen slide from this Sizzx die cut set. Now normally when you cut these out, you get, it's like twice as long, right? And one side is like blank and you're meant to like fold it in half. But so what I did is I cut it out and then I flipped my die cut around, so then I got the cutout and the impression on the other side, and then I just cut them in half. So now I have 4 kind of like mini slides. And I was gonna just sort of stagger them like this, and we need to create specimen slides, which I was gonna do more moths. So I have to kind of find ones that are sort of small. Like this is perfect. They might not all fit like perfectly, but as long as they're kind of close, I think it'll be okay. There we go. These 4, I think. And we're gonna cut these out. Let's do this on some tea-stained paper. And now I want these to be much more detailed, so I am gonna use, I think, my VersaFine Clair. I want these to be kind of sharper, bright images. Go. All right. And then I need to just cut these out. I'm gonna need to cut them down to size so they fit in here. All right. So it's gonna be something like this. And then I was also thinking about, let's see if I can find it, what I did with everything. All right, so I have a little bit of book page that I was thinking about kind of layering behind. And then I also have some of these already like pre-stamped labels. So these are all stamps from the, what's it called? Nature, what's it called? Field notes. So I stamped these with ground espresso on more tea stained or coffee dyed paper. And so I was thinking about kind of layering these around. And then also taking some Tracy Fox labels and kind of layering them. Lots of greens, lots of browns, very like neutral, super cute. And then I also, this is like the one page I had pretty much pre-planned, pre-ready to go, knew exactly what I was gonna do. And then I took these tiny little tags, and these are also from a die cut set. Which one is it? Not that one. This one. It's this itty bitty tiny tag, and I stamped numbers on it. This is just like a cream colored cardstock. Inked it with ground espresso, stamped some numbers on it, and I figured I would kind of hang these from here, like that. yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot to do. I was also thinking about putting tiny brads in every single one of these slides. So yeah, I'm gonna do that part right now. I'm gonna put brads in all of these. And then we'll start gluing stuff down. I also want to stamp something like a number. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I have all of the specimen slides. I have all the brads put in and a little tag attached. Now, I did not really think it through because I still wanted to do some stamping on here, and I should have done that before I put the brads in, but maybe they'll be okay. These brads aren't very big, so I hope they don't get in the way of any stamping. But I kind of want to use my splatter stamp from the Tim Holtz Tiny Toadstools just to kind of grunge them up a wee bit. And I think I'm going to stick with ground espresso, because that's pretty much what I've been using the most of for this little journal. So I just want to, you know, kind of put some randomly around some of the edges. There, that just gives it a little bit more something, a little bit more life. There we go. Maybe try to get it a little bit on that. Alright, and then I want a number in each one of these little squares. So I need to find some number stamps. Here's field notes. This one I think will work. There's also this one. And this one. And then I should get a different one out. Is there a number on here I can use? There's lots of numbers. I kind of want one that specifically says like number and then a number, if you know what I mean. Is there one on here? I guess it doesn't need to. I could just have like a random. Don't I have a number? Or is this one too long? No, that'll fit. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, and for these, I'm going to use my VersaFine 4. Because I want them to stand out. Oh yeah, the brads aren't in the way at all. It's fine. There we go. Perfect. So now it's time to assemble the page. So I'm gonna need, do I need to ink the book pages? I don't think so. There's enough contrast going on. It's not necessary. I'm kind of close to the edge, I think, right? Because then these guys, remember, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then they get random labels. Something like that, right? Yes. So let's start gluing this stuff on. All right, there we go. Now I realize I could have like attached the specimen slides to the journal with the brads, but that would have been really hard to get in there, especially like down in here. I would have had to wait, and I would have had to put the specimen slides in before I did the signature, or before I binded it all together, and then I would have had to stuck my hand all the way down to the bottom of the bags to get to these ones. So yeah, I mean the corners stick up a little bit because there's not really glue there because that's where the brads are, but that's fine. It's still really cute, and I don't think they're going anywhere, so that's all that really matters. So now I need to figure out what we're doing with this page and the back page. And so once I figure that out, I'll be right back, and we'll finish this journal up. All right, I think I figured out what I'm gonna do. All right, so earlier we already glued this pocket down, covered it up, but it needs a little bit more. So I have this little card. This came in that Field Notes ephemera pack from Tim Holtz, and so I was kind of just thinking about, let me see here, I've got a little stash of tags, or tabs. Yeah, I think that one will do. Another green one. So I was thinking about just putting a tab on there. I inked the back, and I kind of went over it with Vintage Photo a little bit because it was like very light, but so it'll be a little card just to tuck in there. But I do need to ink it. And so we'll just put that on there. Be cute, I think. All right, and then we'll just get tucked in there, just like that. Oops, I don't know why I was trying to close that. And then I was thinking about also putting a tab on the outside of the journal hanging off. So this is another little label from the Field Notes. Did I even show it to you guys in the beginning? Why did I think I did? This pack right here, Field Notes Ephemera pack. So that is what that big card was. I'm using a lot of stuff actually from that pack. So this is actually 2 of them. They're very similar. This one just has extra like text on it. And I glued them together back to back so that I could, so there's something on the other side. I was originally gonna put it so that this was covering this, but this slide is already in the way and I tried to tuck it under there and it's not gonna work. So we're just going to do it this way. Just like that. And then I also made this little cluster. This is one I just whipped up like just a few minutes ago because I was looking through some of the other clusters that I made and none of them quite were working, plus I wanted, you know, a moth themed one. So I quick made this up. I made these in a previous video. I will link it down in the description box, but I thought we would just put this right down here in the corner. There we go. And then I have another little label from that Field Notes pack. And I'm going to put that down here. And there we go. That's all I really have planned for this page. I didn't want to put too much here because I don't necessarily want all of it sticking out through the hole in the cover. You can see a little bit of the cluster, but that's okay. So, I mean, I could try to put something more up there, but for now, and I'm still not really sure if I'm even going to do anything on this page, but... So now to the last page. I want to once again put a piece of cardstock on here. Or not cardstock, it's not cardstock, scrapbook paper. Probably getting glue all over the map. And then we're going to glue down these sides. And once again, I have another one of these little Tim Holtz cards, which actually I did not. Well, I'll do it later. I didn't ink the back of this one, but I need another tab, something kind of grungy. Right, this will work, I think. Tuck that in there. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted another tab down here, so when we close our journal, there's at least 2 tabs kind of sticking out, right? So this one's going down here. Now this one is not, it's just one label, so I kind of grunged up the back and then stamped a stamp over it so that we'll at least see something. And it's not just a plain white. All right, well, that's a little better. All right. What else? Oh, and then I have some of these. I don't actually know if they're butterflies or moths. I'm not an expert here, but I'm gonna pretend that they're moths. I have this scrapbook paper that has all these sort of butterfly moth type things on them, so I kind of fussy cut around some of them. And I was gonna put one here. And then up here, this is just like a little faux postage stamp that also came in, I think this was in the Field Notes ephemera pack. Just gonna put that up in the corner. And another little label from that pack. Gonna go there. All right, now this page. So I'm gonna use more labels from that ephemera pack, and then I also have, these are kind of, I tore these out of a what's it called, a Reader's Digest book that I have that's got all different kinds of plants and bugs and animals and stuff in it. So I was gonna kind of layer use these, plus I have more of these moths slash butterflies, whatever they are. I was gonna kind of do something. Something like that, maybe? Inked everything ahead of time to save some time. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. Oops, I think I did it the wrong way. Is it too late? No, it's not. Shoot, how is it supposed to be? This way? Oh, it's just supposed to be lower. And that, yeah. I didn't want the whole field label part covered up. That's kind of, I think, what I was worried about there. I think that's it. Right, so here's the cover. You flip it open. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I could cut out more of these and put them around. Just, it might kind of complete that circle a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that real quick and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I think we are finally finished. I finished up this last page. I put more of those things. I actually ended up cutting 2 out because on the front page this was made out of 1, but I have the moth covering up spots, so I didn't need as much. So this is 2, and I only used about half of the second one. I did end up putting a few more little pieces on here. Some of these are from, I think here, the Curator Ephemera Snippets pack. This one was another one from the field notes. I stamped a few things on it. So yeah, and then I also decided last minute to take my splatter stamp and kind of go in some spots and just kind of, some of the open brown spots, just to kind of fill them up, grunge them up, something. But otherwise, this is what we got. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this project, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Goodbye!